Hello everyone, today I'll be making a review on this new for 2025 Gemmy 13 foot tall, 12.5 foot wide, Boo-t-ful Cat inflatable. And yes, it does actually say that on the box. That is the name of this thing. I will show it later. But this is basically a giant cat inflatable made by Gemmy, and it's got a Boo hat on it basically. Now this big cat is being sold at Yard Inflatables for 150 bucks. This inflatable is very similar to another design that Gemmy made before of a cat, and that was sold at the at-home store starting in 2021. It was a cat that was very similar to this, but the head was lower, it had swirly eyes, and it had purple and orange instead of the black that you see on the hat with the orange and black. So yeah, it still had the same tail, but different hat. And they sold that for a few years, and they also made one that was purple and green in 2023. But this one is very similar to those designs, but it does have a few differences. The head is a little higher on this one, and the hat's not as tall. I actually kind of like that more, to be honest with you. But this inflatable has only 4 C7s, and for the lights, it doesn't have 6, it only has 4, which is kind of a letdown in my opinion. But it has the C7 in the head, 1 in the neck area, and then 2 in the body. I will show that in a bit. And then it has a YF80 as the fan. It's got the same tether attachments as the other cats. It basically has 2 on the body, or 2 on each side of the body, so it's 4 on the body. And then 1 tether attachment on each foot. That is not the fan. The fan's over there. Here's what the face looks like up close. And it does look pretty nice. I'd say it's a little better than the swirly eyes, if you're gonna, in my opinion, if you were gonna ask me. But here's the rest of this big guy. There's the neck area there. Then there's the body. And then there's the tail. The tail's what makes it 13 foot tall. The hat, ooh, I want to say the hat's about 11 foot tall. So what makes it tall is the tail. It inflates decently well. It doesn't inflate like it wants to explode, but it doesn't inflate terrible. So here's the stakes that it comes with. It basically comes with your normal Gemmy stakes and tethers basically, as well as 3 curly stakes. There's the instructions. And here's the box here. The box is just a normal brown box. And as you can see, it says Air Blown Boo-t-ful Cat Colossal. Trust me, this inflatable is not a colossal, because if it was, it would have the colossal fabric, and it would have thicker fabric on the feet. But it does not, because it's not actually colossal. It's just like that because it's a bigger one that's a large size. And so yeah, that's the rest of the box there. Just has the item number, and it's just a typical brown box. Nothing special. The claws actually do inflate on this, which is pretty nice. The cat that I mentioned earlier does not have inflatable claws. It's just the fabric felt claws. So this is a plus at least. And it also has 2 zippers. It has one by the fan, which is right there. And it also has one on his stomach. So pretty cool. And then here's what it looks like from the back. I can get a good view at it. I can't really go back that far, but you get the general idea. So there's this cat. And this cat, I'd say it's a pretty decent design. I like it a lot. I just wish it had more C7s. And of course the sun's going to interfere with how it looks on camera. But it's during the daytime, so what can you expect? So that's basically it for this cat. I do recommend it. I just wish it had more C7s, and I could really care less about the Boo hat. But other than that, it's a good inflatable. I like it. And if you want it, you can go get it if you like. And that's basically it for this cat. Decent inflatable, and that's all I got. Thanks for watching, folks.